Police and prosecutors say Pooh Shiesty was part of the group that ended up in this parking lot that October afternoon where the shots flew, and it happened right across the street from the police department.
Today, we're diving deep into one of the wildest stories shaking up the rap game right now. The chaos between Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty. From loyalty and loss to rumors and revenge, this one's got it all. So let's get straight into it. When he got out the feds, everybody swore him and Gucci Mane were about to take over the rap game again. But what happened next had the whole internet losing it. Pooh Shiesty dropped a cold video of Gucci Mane, and it came right after all those wild robbery rumors and a crazy kidnapping plot straight out of a street movie. The streets couldn't stop talking, and this story went from hype to pure chaos in no time. When Shiesty touched down from the feds in October 2025, the entire rap scene was on edge. No lie. This was the young Memphis heavyweight who had already shut down the charts with his platinum hit Back in Blood featuring Lil Durk, a track that tore through the Billboard Hot 100, hitting number 13 and had the block blasting it for months straight. His debut mixtape, Shiesty Season, came out swinging, landing at number 3 on the Billboard 200. That move put everyone in the industry on notice. Memphis had just produced another powerhouse, a real hitmaker who could sell records and earn respect from every corner of the map. And behind that epic rise, none other than the trap god himself, Gucci Mane, the Atlanta icon who spotted Shiesty's potential early and signed him to his 1017 Records label back in 2020. The energy between them was electric, the kind of duo everyone thought was untouchable, but nobody knew the storm that was about to hit. Gucci Mane was betting everything on this move, his name, his legacy, his whole reputation, because he believed deep down that this young rapper had something special. That raw, uncut street energy that couldn't be faked. He vouched for Shiesty in front of the entire industry, standing 10 toes down behind him. But just weeks after Shiesty walked out them federal gates, things started spiraling fast, and the internet couldn't stop talking. Suddenly, cracks began showing in what looked like an unbreakable big bro-little bro bond, and before long, wild allegations started flying. These rumors were so over the top, so unreal, they sounded like something ripped straight out of a hood thriller instead of real life. To really get how everything turned into complete madness, you gotta rewind to where it all began, the roots of this crazy partnership. Back in 2020, Gucci Mane spotted the rising heat coming out of Memphis when young Shiesty was making noise with his raw, street-certified singles. His music had that same gritty, unfiltered vibe Gucci had back in his come-up days, and that's what made the 1017 boss take notice. The deal wasn't just business. It was a torch being passed from one trap legend to the next generation of hustlers. Their first big collaboration dropped in June 2020, Still Remember, and the visuals hit hard. The video showed Shiesty leveling up right beside Gucci, proving he could hang with one of the greats. And they didn't stop there. Later that same year, they dropped another collab, Who Is Him, and fans went crazy. The chemistry between the OG and the young gun was undeniable. It felt real, it felt solid, and by October 2020, everyone thought this was the start of something legendary. By this point, Pooh Shiesty had officially earned his stripes on the 1017 Loaded Posse track, spitting heat alongside Gucci Mane and label mates like Fujiano, Big Scar, and Enchanting. The momentum was unreal, and it only got stronger heading into 2021 when they dropped the visuals for Ugly, a high-energy trap banger that showed their creative chemistry was pure fire. When Shiesty Season took over the charts, Gucci made a move that had everyone talking. He surprised Shiesty with a slime green Jeep Trackhawk during his birthday bash, a bold, flashy gift that instantly went viral. The moment screamed loyalty and love, showing fans that their bond ran way deeper than label ties or business deals. But behind all that success and celebration, drama was already bubbling under the surface, and nobody saw it coming. Just months earlier, on October 9th, 2020, the same year he signed with 1017 Records, things took a wild turn. Shiesty pulled up to the Landon Hotel in Bay Harbor Islands, Florida, in a rented lime green McLaren, supposedly to meet up for a deal involving some loud, lean, and designer kicks. But what happened next flipped everything upside down. Fast forward to January 2022, reality hit hard. Pooh Shiesty took a plea deal on a federal conspiracy charge for possessing firearms in connection with violence and drug trafficking. Then in April that same year, the judge handed down a 63-month federal sentence. That plea wiped out 3 other serious federal charges and even got the whole strip club case tossed out. Still, the damage was done. His fast-moving career had slammed into a wall. But even while Shiesty sat behind those federal bars, Gucci Mane didn't fall back. He stayed solid, standing 10 toes down for his artist. During sentencing, Gucci reportedly spoke up for him, showing real love and loyalty when most would have gone quiet. Those words painted the image of a real boss, one who wasn't just running a label, but riding for his people like family. When Shiesty finally got his freedom back on October 7th, 2025, after serving about 3 years with time off for good behavior, Gucci went straight to the gram with major hype. He welcomed him home with all caps energy, calling him the main slime and letting the world know the trap duo was back and they weren't done yet. Everything looked picture perfect, like the comeback story everyone was waiting for. No funny business, no bad blood, just the OG Gucci holding it down for his young protege while he served his time. Now that Shiesty was free, it seemed like they were ready to flip the whole rap game upside down again. But the hip-hop world was about to learn the hard way. Looks can fool you big time. The truth was, the cracks had started forming long before Shiesty ever stepped out of that federal gate. To really understand how deep the tension between Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty ran, you gotta rewind to the heartbreak that hit the entire 1017 Records family while Shiesty was locked up. Big Scar, real name Alexander Woods, wasn't just another artist on Gucci's label. He was Shiesty's blood cousin, family for real. Their bond went way beyond music or money. It was deeper than any label deal. Big Scar had been making major waves for 1017, dropping fire verses on So Icy Boys and proving he was one of the label's most promising young stars. His grind and raw Memphis sound had fans believing he was next up for greatness. But tragedy struck on December 22nd, 2022. Big Scar passed away at just 22 years old from an accidental overdose involving prescription pain meds while at his girlfriend's home in Memphis. Those painkillers had been prescribed after a 2020 shooting where a bullet traveled up his spine, forcing him into surgery to remove his appendix. It was a battle he carried quietly while still pushing forward in his career. When the news broke, Gucci took to Instagram to grieve, calling Scar his secret weapon. The hip-hop community poured out love and tributes from everywhere. But for Shiesty, still locked in the feds, the pain cut even deeper. He couldn't attend the funeral, couldn't say goodbye, and that loss started to plant the seeds for everything that would explode later. The pain from losing Big Scar hit on a whole different level. It wasn't just emotional, it was soul-crushing. That kind of loss alone could have tested any bond, but what happened next turned heartbreak into full-blown chaos. After Scar's death, a messy public feud exploded over the funeral expenses, and the internet went wild.
Just passed away, ho. He deserved way more than what Gucci put in. He was talking about some flowers and 10K. He ain't paid for no funeral. He put towards the funeral, but he ain't paid for it. He said that he was gonna pay for the funeral, and he ain't do that.
Scar's people came out claiming that Gucci Mane had promised to cover the entire funeral tab, around $60,000, but only came through with $10,000. Atlantic Records supposedly matched that with another $10,000, leaving the family to pay the remaining $40,000 out of Scar's own life insurance. The story spread fast and fans were heated. The accusations hit deep. Folks were saying Gucci not only fell short on his promise, but also asked for Big Scar's 1017 chains back. For a grieving family already going through the worst pain imaginable, that move felt cold. And for Shiesty, stuck behind federal walls, unable to protect his cousin's name or speak his piece, it looked like straight betrayal. The streets started whispering that the trust between Gucci and his artist might have been shattered for good. But then Gucci's wife, Keshia Kawir, jumped into the mix. She posted receipts online showing that Gucci and the label had actually sent $20,000 total, trying to clear his name and shut down the rumors. Later, Big Scar's dad took to Instagram to back Gucci up, saying the whole thing was just a misunderstanding that started with Scar's mom. Even with that explanation, the damage was already done, in the public eye and especially in Shiesty's heart. For him, locked up and helpless, it felt like the people he trusted most had disrespected his blood. That moment changed everything between the young Memphis star and the 1017 boss. But the tension between Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty didn't just come out of nowhere, it was tangled up in an even older feud that had been simmering for years. This smoke went way deeper, connecting straight back to one of the South's longest-running rivalries, Gucci Mane versus Yo Gotti. Their beef sparked way back in 2012 when both rappers planned to drop projects on October 17th, a date that carried serious meaning for Gucci since it repped his iconic 1017 label. What started as simple competition between two trap heavyweights quickly spiraled into something way more personal and explosive. Then came the bombshell. Rumors hit that Yo Gotti had been messing around with Keyshia Kawir right around the same time Gucci started seeing her. That turned everything from rap rivalry to straight personal war. From that moment on, the tension between them wasn't about music anymore. It was about pride, loyalty, and payback. According to multiple sources, Gucci's whole move of signing Memphis talent, including Pooh Shiesty, was part of a bigger plan to outshine Yo Gotti on his own turf. It wasn't just business, it was strategy, a calculated move to remind everyone who really ran the South. But then in October 2024, out of nowhere, Gucci shocked the industry with a major announcement. He said he was cutting ties with nearly all of his 1,017 artists, except for Shiesty and Fujiano. He claimed he was reviewing his profits and losses, but fans weren't buying that explanation. The timing was too wild. It looked like he was dismantling his entire Memphis army, the same crew many believed he built as a chess move against Gotti. The whole thing left fans wondering, was Gucci calling a truce, or was this just another play in a long-running street power game? The list of artists Gucci dropped was long, and it raised eyebrows fast. Names like Mac Critter and K-Carbon 2 times from Memphis, Bree from Chattanooga, FTO Set from Memphis, Hot Boy West from Texas, and Big Walk Dog from Mississippi, all suddenly off the 1017 roster, and most of them straight out of Memphis, the exact city Gucci was rumored to be targeting to challenge Yo Gotti's grip on his own turf. So when Pooh Shiesty got out the feds, the timing couldn't have been more intense. All those storylines, loyalty, strategy, loss, revenge, were about to crash together in one massive explosion. The internet could feel it brewing. At first, everything seemed chill. Gucci posted a big welcome home message for Shiesty on Instagram, hyping up his return, but then, out of nowhere, he quietly deleted the post with no explanation. Fans caught it quick and started speculating like crazy. Something was definitely off. Then came Shiesty's long-awaited single, FDO, and that's when things really started to heat up. The song debuted strong, number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100, proving the Memphis star still had the streets locked in even after years behind bars. But it wasn't the numbers that had everyone talking. It was the lyrics and what wasn't said. Instead of showing love to Gucci, the man who had once put him on, Shiesty dropped bars giving props to Yo Gotti. He didn't even mention Gucci Mane once. That move had fans going wild online, dissecting every word and wondering if Shiesty was switching sides. One line stood out in particular, where he referenced Gotti directly, saying, "top-type influence." The streets took that as a bold signal, a power statement. Was Shiesty showing respect to a Memphis OG or throwing shade at his old boss? Nobody could say for sure, but one thing was clear. The tension between Shiesty and Gucci wasn't just rumor anymore. It was out in the open, and it was getting messy fast. Then came the bombshell that sent the entire internet into meltdown. No cap, blogger Tasha K dropped a wild claim that had social media going insane. According to her, Pooh Shiesty had allegedly set up a kidnapping plot against Gucci Mane himself, holding him at gunpoint to force him into signing papers to release Shiesty from his 1017 records contract. The streets couldn't believe it. The rumor said Shiesty pulled this move so he could jump ship and sign with Yo Gotti's collective music group, CMG label. Tasha K made sure to say it was all alleged, but claimed her info came from a very strong source close to the situation. That one post lit the internet on fire. By January 18th, 2026, the story had spread everywhere. Twitter, YouTube, hip-hop blogs, you name it. Everyone was talking, speculating, and trying to piece together what really went down. People started saying that the beef might have been brewing over Shiesty's frustration with his 1017 deal, which some folks were calling Death Row 2.0 because of the allegedly shady contract terms. The rumor mill went full throttle, painting a picture of tension, betrayal, and big business moves behind the scenes. And just when it seemed the story couldn't get crazier, boom, another twist dropped. Hernandez Govan, the same dude who had beaten the case in the Young Dolph murder conspiracy trial, jumped in with his own wild claims. He hinted that the whole situation connected Gucci's artist signings, Yo Gotti's history with Keyshia Kawir, and Shiesty's alleged plan to leave 1017 behind. His words threw gasoline on an already blazing fire. Now, fans weren't just talking about rap beef, they were piecing together a full-blown street saga with personal ties, industry politics, and long-buried grudges coming back to life. The internet was losing it, and nobody knew what to believe anymore. Then YouTuber Seti Nash dropped another wild twist that had fans losing their minds. He claimed Gucci Mane got robbed for his wedding ring and watch after a heated run-in with Pooh Shiesty and his crew. According to SETI, even after Gucci allegedly signed those release papers to let Shiesty go, the situation didn't end there. They supposedly ran his pockets for jewelry worth millions. The whole thing sounded unbelievable, but the streets were buzzing like crazy. Not long after, things got even more confusing. Word spread that Pooh Shiesty had been picked up again, snatched right after his release, for supposedly violating probation by showing up in music videos and moving too freely. Fans immediately started connecting dots, claiming this rearrest might have been tied to that alleged confrontation with Gucci. And of course, the internet took it a step further.
Mr. Williams, you were arrested for pursuant to an arrest warrant. It was issued June 3rd. It's charging you with aggravated battery with a firearm. And you have 2 attorneys here.
Rumors popped up that Keisha Kaware might have tipped off Shiesty's parole officer herself. It was pure chaos online. But soon after, things started clearing up. Shiesty's label stepped in to shut down the arrest rumors, confirming he hadn't been locked up again. They explained he was just in a halfway house as part of his regular supervised release, a standard step before full freedom. The confusion came from the Bureau of Prisons listing, which showed him at a residential reentry management facility in Dallas, with a scheduled release date of April 11th, 2026, when his supervision officially ends. Meanwhile, Yo Gotti was out here showing big love to Shiesty in public. He was reposting his videos, sharing clips, and even got spotted with him overseas, in Paris. That sighting alone sent fans into overdrive. To some, it looked like a major power shift in real time. Pooh Shiesty moving closer to Gotti's circle, and Gucci left on the outside looking in. The visuals alone said it all, no captions needed. The OG looked like he got played, the young protege seemed to have flipped sides, and the rival walked away looking victorious. It was the kind of street drama that didn't even need confirmation. The optics told the story loud and clear, but when it came to the hard facts, everything was still murky. Neither Gucci Mane nor Pooh Shiesty has publicly spoken on the alleged kidnapping or robbery claims. No police reports, no official statements, no credible outlets confirming anything. It's all whispers, rumors, and online chaos. What's left is a tornado of speculation. Social media detectives, YouTube commentators, and so-called insiders all throwing their own versions of events into the mix. What is clear, though, is that whatever bond Gucci and Shiesty once had, it's gone for good. The deleted Instagram post, the total silence from Shiesty in his FDO track, and the non-stop chatter coming from Memphis insiders all point to a fallout that looks way too deep to fix. For Gucci Mane, this situation feels like another painful chapter in a career already filled with highs, betrayals, and heartbreaks. From building stars to losing them just as fast, his 1017 legacy keeps getting tested. Some people online even started calling the label cursed, especially after the loss of Big Scar and other tragic turns that hit close to home. Now, with Shiesty moving different and the internet running wild with unconfirmed stories, fans can't help but wonder, did one of rap's most loyal partnerships just crash for good? Or is there more to the story still waiting to drop? With Enchanting's tragic passing and multiple 1017 artists catching cases, losing Pooh Shiesty, arguably Gucci Mane's biggest remaining star, feels like a major turning point in his transition from artist to full-blown executive. For Shiesty, the road ahead is shaky, but far from over. His fan base is still locked in, and the success of FDO proved his commercial power is alive and kicking. But that cloud of legal drama and all the noise around his exit from 1017, that's a storm even talent can't just outshine. If the rumors about him signing with Yo Gotti's CMG turn out to be true, that could flip his whole career into a new chapter. CMG's got structure, industry reach, and real backing to push him back to the top. But let's be real, rolling with Gotti comes with its own baggage. Gotti's name has been tied to controversy and heat before, and stepping into that camp means stepping into another layer of pressure and politics. At the heart of it all sits one cold truth about the rap game. Loyalty is currency. You can earn it, spend it, or straight up lose it, and once it's gone, it's nearly impossible to get back. What started as a brotherhood between an OG and his young prodigy built on trust, respect, and shared dreams has now twisted into a messy mix of betrayal, business, and revenge. This whole saga is a reminder that in hip-hop, loyalty and power can flip overnight, and nobody's safe from the fallout. If you're still locked in with this story, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more real talk and updates. Let us know in the comments whose side you think is telling the truth.